I'm calling you up to clear the air about
that's fine.
About the snake stuff. Okay, I understand like why your audience and why you said the burn the bridge thing. One, it's content. This is just like it's a trend in your channel.
That's
like every
not
month,
it's not content. I don't like burning
it
personal
is
relationships.
content. Every one of your orbiters, this has happened.
You are projecting hard. Okay.
Am I?
Yes.
Every single, how many in the last, I don't watch a lot of your videos. I see the things and then it's like drama content, this, exposing the DMs. This is a pattern on your channel. I mean, look, you're a smart guy. You should be able to, pattern recognition is very simple here. How many of the people that have come in these Discord calls and talk to you have you now burned the bridge with?
It just depends. How many of them did I start the bridge burning with? Like, I've got people here because they're funny and they're for content, but not necessarily because I trust them all with my life. I'm not maximizing for who are the most trustworthy people that I can have on my stream.
So if it's for content, then how much of it, if it's for content, then how much are you actually saying that these people are snakes, and how much of it is mutual back and forth that we understand? Like, look, for example,
wait.
I could argue, no, let me finish my point. I could argue that when I say that I'm interested in reverting to Islam, and then you go and start drawing Muhammad on Twitter and saying disrespectful things, a lot of Islamic people will call that snaking because they see Islam and they see Allah as something as close to them as their family. So if you're disrespecting Muhammad on that level, they would see that as disrespectful as me talking about your wife on a podcast. I talk about how I'm interested in this religion. You constantly call Muslims brain dead. You call me stupid. But I understand that's content. Like, I don't get offended by stuff like that. I'm a little bit confused as to why you chose now to take it personally. When
sure, and this is just
everybody knows that we go back and forth. What we say about each other on stream, it doesn't translate to a possible personal relationship.
Okay. I don't know if you guys that all live on the internet are just like actually people fucking retarded or what. I can't tell. Okay. If you go
on the internet more than anybody else.
Absolutely not. I've lived more life than you have in your entire life yet. You're 24. You're not even living real life yet, right?
Okay,
you understand? Traveling from tourist city. Yeah, you can make fun of my gaming, but you're traveling from tourist city to tourist city, okay, getting hosted by fucking millionaires, pretending like you're exploring the world, bro. You're just seeing what people want to show you. I don't even know if you've stepped outside of a tourist city yet. Okay.
I'm alone right now. I'm alone right now in the Czech Republic.
That's great. That's okay.
I'm not being hosted by anybody, and I am traveling the world.
That's good.
Also, if you want to say hosted by millionaires, Ryan Dawson is very far from a millionaire. He's one of the most canceled people of all time.
I'm sorry. Millionaires and conspiracy theorists is what I should have said, okay? Demographics are our destiny. Amen. Okay. If you want to go on stream and you want to shit on my ideology, the things that I say, my political beliefs, whatever, that's fine. That's fair game. I attack you for that all the time. Sneako's saying some Matrix shit, Sneako's doing some bot shit, blah, blah, blah. That's fine. Okay? We can do that infinitely, and I wouldn't have a problem. But when you start drawing like personal relationships in, like I'll shit on you for your Matrix and dating and relationship shit all day, but I would never like bring up like your girlfriend or girlfriends or whatever, wherever you're at now. I would never do that on a show or bring up personal drama. In your mind, do you not see a separation between that, or is it all the same to you? I super don't understand how you people think about this stuff.
Yeah, but we did talk about before. I asked you before I started talking about that. You said it was fine. It's just content.
It was for that one tweet. Was that like carte blanche for you to lie about it on every single podcast you go on? You know, you can't possibly think that, right? Like, do you think that if I went on every show afterwards,
you'd be upset about that because we had spoken about that. I see where you're, but you before I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have went on a podcast and talked about it without approaching you first, which I did. I approached you first.
Wait. You didn't for the podcast. Because if you would have said, hey, I'm going to go on this podcast and in front of these people where they don't think I'm joking, or I'm not joking, and their audience doesn't think I'm joking, I'm going to like pretend that like your wife is trying to fuck me to make you look like an actual cuck when all these people are already calling you a cuck. Like, there's no way that in your mind, you're not being honest right now. There's no way that you think that like, oh yeah, he's probably chill with this because we okayed one back and forth on Twitter.
Yeah, that's where this is the line between personal and actual philosophical beliefs, because that's the way you mirror your personal relationship about how you should approach your life relationships. You constantly criticize the red pill or criticize us for like being with hoes or how we don't actually fall in love. That is a criticism of our personal relationship with women. Why does that not apply to the same thing? If you're in a marriage, like if you can analyze what I'm doing, you're saying like, oh, you're like an Instagram hoe in Dubai, you're getting hosted by millionaires. Like that's talking about my personal life. Look at the mirror. Look at the person that's criticizing and look at the life that he's exercising. If you could talk about everything I'm doing, then this is something that you make extremely public as well. It's not like it's hidden knowledge.
Okay, there's one thing. First of all, the problem is you're misrepresenting things that Melina said to you privately, number one. But number two, the more important point, there's a difference between. I can't tell if this is like a super like unintelligible point. There's a difference between criticizing somebody's like hose and criticizing their lifestyle, right? Like if I say like, I don't like Sneako and the way that he runs his relationships and all that and blah, 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 versus today, I'm gonna talk about Sneako and this girl and why I don't like that thing. You understand those two things they're not even in the same universe of conversation.
You did,
topics.
you talked about one of my girlfriends and you said that she was brainwashed because she was talking about Zionism. That's talking about one of my personal relationships.
Okay, dude, oh shit. Hold on.
Why do
you're so wrong. But I don't know if I'm either operating on another level or you're like in debate mode or there's just like a huge disconnect. If Melina says something on her stream that's fucking stupid or wrong or you disagree with it, like let's say that Jedediah interview she did. Let's say that Melina does that interview and then let's say that you go on your stream and you just tear that interview up. Let's say that you're like, Melina was saying some dumb shit, she did some fucking retarded blah, blah, blah. That's fine, that's fair. There's nothing personal there. There's not like a personal story or like you're lying. You're just giving your opinion. That's fine. Me criticizing Xena for making the weird Zionist comment has nothing to do with the fact that I'm criticizing her for dating you or whatever. That's not like do you not see?
You said that I brainwashed her.
Oh, hold on. Was this before or after I saw the podcast of you also lying about fucking Melina again?
I don't know. I don't keep up to.
Well, hold on. Well, the order of events is really important because after I saw you lie again, I was like, okay, well, fuck it. I guess we're just going on each other's personal shit. That's important because I might have.
So now you're okay with talking about personal things, but you get okay.
Wait, wait. That's not crazy. Of course, if somebody wants to burn everything and like, okay, fuck it, then yeah, of course I'm okay talking about personal shit. If that's what we're gonna do, if it's just gonna be all personal things, well then fine. You saw that in the Milo debate. I'm not gonna bring up his personal life, but if he wants to talk about mine, well then fine, fuck it, we'll do that. But yeah, the order is pretty important. Also, I could be wrong, but when I was criticizing Xena about the Zionist shit, I don't even know if I knew you guys were dating yet. I don't even know if I knew that was public knowledge. So I might have said she's been brainwashed by red pill shit, but I don't even know if you guys were together. I'd have to check the time
we're
on
not
that.
Together. We're not together. We're not dating. But you know, like she you know.
Well, wait. Then if you don't even have a personal relationship, why the fuck are you even caring what I'm saying about her?
Yeah, we have a personal relationship, but it's not like you know. What I'm saying you saying that I'm brainwashing her it's not the same level as Melita, but that's bringing personal stuff to something that should be criticized just about their ideology. It doesn't have to get personal like that, and that's what you're getting mad at me for.
I feel like we just have a disconnect. Like if you were to go on stream and you were to say, I think that Destiny's like open relationship ideas and that lifestyle is just fucking horrible and retarded and cucked or whatever, I'd be fine with that. That's fine. But if you start saying like Destiny's probably getting cucked right now while his wife is throating some NFL BBC, that's like a different type of insult. Do those two things, do they feel the same to you?
Now you are being facetious. Like what I said, I was just like, hey, whoa, this is kind of weird. I wasn't actually trying to say that I was getting in between your marriage. If you really think that if you really think I was saying that, bro, like I wouldn't say that on a podcast. I wouldn't.
That's absolutely what you were doing. Wait, what do you mean, really? You were trying to apply. You were saying like no, it wasn't funny. It wasn't a joke. It was serious. You were like, this guy's wife is trying to fuck me. That's why I had to message him because it was so weird. I couldn't believe this is what was going on. There wasn't a joke there.
Okay. You're gonna play victim now, but like that's. Did you really think that I think that?
I know that you don't think that because I know that you know it's not true. But the way you represented it wasn't a joke. The way the host took it wasn't a joke, and the way the audience takes it isn't a joke. Obviously, yeah, like you were literally saying like, yeah, I had to go and consult a bunch of guys on this. Like, who the fuck are you consulting? What? That doesn't sound like that's not a joke at all. You're like making it sound like you're making.
I don't know a lot of people that have a type of relationship like that, so I didn't know how to approach that. A lot of guys.
Wait, what is the approach? She's not offering to fuck you. She's never messaged you to fuck you. There's nothing to consider. What the fuck?
In my world, when a girl's DMing you, it's like it's only for maybe 2 reasons, 3 reasons. In my play, I don't actually approach that with that many different like unless. But that's pretty much how it goes when somebody's privately DMing you. That's how it goes. I understand that it's content, that it could have been, like, we could have been on the stream, but I wasn't thinking in that way, and that's why I had to ask people, like, yo, is this normal for someone's wife? I'm not saying, like, oh, look at me. Have you ever done...
Wait, so when this girl from the show, did you fuck every girl that you just did a podcast with? The Sniper one, the Kayla one, or whatever the fuck? Are you fucking all these women? Or are they having, like, their men DM you to set the shows up?
Who are you talking about?
I don't know, every woman that you've been on a show with, are you fucking all of them? Or when they DM you, are you like thinking with your brain and you're like, oh yeah, okay, let's set up this podcast? Like, that's such a weird
Yeah,
thing.
but I think of them as content creators. As
Melina
it's
has
different,
a
like,
stream on Twitch with 4,000 fucking live viewers. She's got a fucking Instagram with like 250,000. Like, what do you mean?
right, but it's a different type of stream, Destiny. Are you really going to insinuate that? I mean, like, you see that it's about image. It's about looks. It's
what about
there's-
Brittany Simon? She literally has an OnlyFans. Did you fuck her to get on her show? What do you mean?
Yeah, but she doesn't present that way.
Okay.
Do you think Brittany Simon is the OnlyFans girl?
No, she's a girl with OnlyFans though. I agree. I don't think she presents that way, but I don't think Melina presents that way. It's like, I'm gonna go and fuck every single streamer I DM. I think every single girl that you associate with is probably more likely to present that way than fucking Melina.
You have a lot more of those OnlyFans type girls on your stream than me.
I don't know if that's true, but it like.
But anyway,
okay, sure. I don't want to get personal,
what is the correlation? And I think it's important for you to think critically about this. Why do you think that so many of the orbiters you end up thinking burn the bridge or snake you? Because when they talk about people's approach to actual relationships, if everybody is around you, you think that they're assholes. Like when you meet a girl and she's like, "Hey, yeah, my friends are such bitches," and she's like talking bad about them, more likely than not, there's a problem with that girl. There's something that she's doing wrong. If you think that everyone's a piece of shit and you actually like analyze that person's character, there's usually something wrong with him. I don't think that there's anything wrong with you, but I think that there's something that must be in your approach to conversations and relationships, where constantly a theme in your stream, and everybody in your chat is going to know this, that this is the trajectory. Do you think that you have anything to blame? Are you at blame at all for this?
Yes. So here is the issue that happens is that one, I'm willing to talk to a more diverse audience than literally any other fucking content creator on the internet. I'm the only one that'll talk to red pill people, commie people, tanky people, fascist people, people like Nick Fuentes, people like Brittany Simon, people like you, people like Lauren Southern, people like fucking Zerka, who's fucking tried to join here, anybody, okay? I'm the only person to do that. So that probably opens me up to more crazy public burnings, number one. And number two, for public relationships, there's always a lot of pressure on people to act a certain way. When I'm talking to people of different ideologies, especially young men that are highly influential and susceptible to other people, there is a pressure there for them to do like a public disavow. You said it yourself. It's awkward being friends with me while I'm also shitting on Tate, and then you're going and you're running around, touching all your little red pill friends, and they're all like, oh, well, isn't Destiny this horrible fucking cuck guy? There's a lot of pressure on you to be like, yeah, fuck this guy. It's happened with black friends before. I've got like pretty radical takes on things like slurs and other language like that. And sometimes black friends around me are like, fuck, I got a lot of black people DMing me saying I'm like a fucking Uncle Tom, that I need to like disown you too. The public thing adds, it amplifies everything. But also, you only ever see the bridge burnings. You don't see people who just like, we just stop talking because we fall out of favor. You don't see all of the active friendships I have. You just see like the most dramatic ones that blow up. And usually it's smaller content creators or people that are really outside of my wheelhouse that I'm like talking to because I think the conversations are fun. But again, I don't maximize my stream for who can I talk to that I can remain like a docile friend with for as long as possible. It's usually people that I think are really interesting to talk to. So people like you. But of course it's going to be like, I mean, we live in totally different worlds of pressure, right? You understand my whole audience fucking hates you, and a ton of people around me are like, why do you talk to this kid? He's fucking retarded. I'm sure a lot of people probably say the same to you about me. So of course there's going to be a higher proclivity there for like some fucking fireworks, right?
Yeah, that's true. But
What's up? How you doing?
Good, man. So I heard that Sneako non-apology.
Yeah, publicly it's probably about as much as he can do, I imagine.
Maybe I misheard. Did he not admit that he was doing that for like Muslim clout openly?
I mean, that's what he said in DMs. I think I brought that up. Did he admit that openly? I don't remember.
I think he did. No. That was like really surprising when he said that. I'm like, what a loser. Imagine being that desperate for the group that you would like quasi throw your friend under the bus, even jokingly, to like get in with them. Like, that's so loserish.
Yeah, a little disappointing for sure. Yeah.
No, but not that surprising. Honestly, the Genesis. Me and him had collaborated once during the pandemic, like really early on. Mm-hmm. We did a video together because he'd gotten robbed. He gotten robbed by a guy. Some guy threw a brick through his window and wanted to fight him. Okay. And he felt really emasculated because like the guy pretty much like being a peeping Tom on on him and his girl having sex. So they left the curtain open. The guy was kind of just staring. And he said something. The guy threw a brick through his window. And he said, yo, I'm going to come find you. I'll kill you, whatever. So Sneako from that point on was like terrified, didn't know how to handle it. And instead of fighting the dude, which he really wanted to do, he moved away. So I decided to do a video with him. I hit him up. I wanted to talk about it. And I was like, just telling him, like, yeah, I feel like not much of a man. I feel like a punk or a bitch. I'm like, I understand that feeling, but at the same time, it's like, you don't know this guy. You don't got no weapon. You don't know what this guy is. You told me he's a bit shifty. Like, you did the smart thing to be able to protect you and your girlfriend is to leave.
Yeah.
Obviously, you weren't attached to an apartment. If it's an unsafe area and an unsafe place and you can afford to move elsewhere, and that seems like the most sensible thing from someone who's threatening your life, right?
For sure, yeah.
So that was like Genesis. And then we didn't speak again for like a year. And he started streaming. And then I just heard through like somebody hit me up, it's like, yo, Sneako's talking crazy about you online. So I hit him up privately. And I was like, yo, what's going on? I heard you was talking about me. And he's like, oh yeah, you know, this and that. I'm like, cool, you want to talk about it? He's like, why don't we talk about it on stream? I was like, no, we can just talk about it offline. He's like, no, we can talk about it on stream. I was like, sure. And I think that was a moment that kind of clicked in my head for me, that this guy is like really obsessed with like, I guess, kind of monetizing everything or any disagreement. And I think that further became cemented to me, not the first time he brought on Nick Fuentes, but the second. You remember that?
The second I did or he did?
He did that. Remember we were in a call. It was just me, you, and him. And then I told him, like, yo, don't bring on Nick Fuentes again. Like, I did that the first time, but like, you just bring him on randomly when I'm not expecting. Like, I'm not rocking with that. And literally 30 seconds later, he brings him on. Do you remember that?
I don't. But there's all that whole year blurs together for me.
Yeah. But anyways,
I think I kind of do though, because I think was it just you, me, him? Was Gideon there as well, or?
That time Gideon wasn't there. No. But anyways, he brought him on, and I just ended up leaving the call. And I remember his editor's like, Abba runs away from Nick Fuentes or some other bullshit.
Oh, damn.
I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, we'd already had this conversation. I thought it was weird that you're bringing on this white supremacist dude to come here and say, like, he doesn't want mixed people to exist and all this other shit. Well, I let it slide the first time. I was like, it just dawned on me, the dude's just a big liability. The dude, he's obsessed with how people perceive him. He's really concerned with making sure he maintains some kind of image, and he doesn't care what he does to the people around him in that process. And so me seeing his behavior with you was just not surprising, because it's what I'd seen from him before. So I wasn't disappointed or sad or whatever. It's like, I always thought he was kind of untrustworthy, because he's more concerned with how he's perceived than anything else. So, you know, I don't know for you if you were expecting better behavior from him.
No, I mean, like, it's pretty obvious. Like, there's probably going to be missteps in the future too, because he's like, obviously he's very desperate for validation from his new community, and I'm like literally like the existential, like, I'm like the embodiment of everything that community hates, right? Like polycuck that plays video games and is like a progressive liberal with blue hair. So yeah, I imagine it's probably going to happen again in the future. That'd be my guess.
Yeah, him equating you having a conversation or talking about Andrew Tate and like to him saying stuff about sleeping with your wife was so stupid.
Especially lying about it too is the thing that bothers me the most. Like, if Molina had actually propositioned him publicly or even privately, I think I'd feel a little bit differently, but it's the fact that it's a lie. That's like the most.
Well, he doesn't think it's a lie.
No. He knows it's a lie. I know it. And I know because everything I know that's not what he said, but like he even DM'd her like 2 weeks ago asking if she wanted to come on to do like collab content. So he clearly is not, and I even asked him that one question. Did every woman that DM'd you to go on a podcast, do you think that they all want to fuck you? And he's like, obviously he's fucking just talking shit, right? You know.
He came on, he's like, oh, if women DM me, it's because they want to fuck. In my world, that's what that means. I was like, but you out here messaging her. It's like, what are you even saying?
Yeah.
It was a very bizarre thing to watch you guys interact, because I was like, what is this line argument? And he knew it was wrong because he'd asked you before he even uploaded the image beforehand, because he was just thinking to himself, like, I understand how this can be perceived. I want to make sure Destiny's cool with it. But for him to go on the podcast and make it seem like it was a real thing when he knew initially it was supposed to be a joke was just weird.
Yeah, and that's the thing why...
On the podcast, for him to come here afterwards and be like, well, she didn't message me, and women only... I think part of him thinks that your wife does want to. I think that's what he has.
I don't think so. I think he knows he's full of shit. No, I think he knows he's full of shit. Because we've all we've hung out before. Like, we've done content. Like, I think he knows. I think that it's a way for him to get a lot of credit with his community, right? Like, fuck, I don't want to. Wait, hold on 1 second. Okay, don't mention that in particular, but I'll unmute. But yeah, I think that's probably a decently big part of it. Yeah.
Okay. No, I won't mention any of that. Give me a second.
Sure.
I think as far as this whole situation goes, I mean, I think it's to be expected, but not surprising. Is there a part of you that's feeling different about the whole situation? Or I know you said you're not surprised by it, but it does seem like you're still a bit bothered by it. Am I crazy?
Yeah, I mean, it's always annoying when it happens. It's stupid. But I mean, I think that most of my bridge burnings, I think historically, have come about as a result of like these kinds of like pressured political differences. So I might be on good terms with somebody, but they're in a radically different political community, and then because they get a lot of pressure from that community, they end up having to burn me publicly because it's like, oh, I'm not friends with that Destiny guy. He's a Nazi. He's a rapist. He's a whatever. Like, yeah, that's where a lot of my old fallings out from like my far left leaning friends basically came about because of that.
That does make sense. I think if people are very tied to some kind of political image, them being seen as friends with you is almost like they're tacitly agreeing or endorsing or accepting stuff that you say.
It's not like political image. It's just like social circles. I wish it was as deep as political images, but it's not really. It's just like their friends hate me, so they feel like they have to hate me. It's because they need like that social acceptance.
If you came out and you're like, you know what, I don't think Russia's that bad, wouldn't that Ukrainian chick also be like, yo, fuck this guy?
Yeah, probably, but she's Ukrainian and Russia's committing war crimes against her country right now, so yeah, I can understand that. All right, bye. Remember to hit that like and subscribe, and don't forget the notification bell so that my videos show up right in your feed.